Okay, let's close this door. Okay, so we're going to use a strap today. So have one handy. We don't need it yet. And we're going to start laying down on your back. Use any props that you may need for support. If you want to put a blanket under your head and neck, or something underneath your back or your knees, just however you want to be a little bit more comfortable. And just take a few moments here to settle in. So we're settling into our practice, settling into your breath, settling into your space, and beginning to settle down. Just notice what's going on for you today, right now, how you're feeling, what you're feeling. Just check in. And know for the next hour or so you can kind of put all the stuff to the side and just take the next hour to focus on letting go of worry, stress, and tension, and just relaxing and trying to take care of you. So we were talking before class, there's a lot of teachers in the group, especially preschool. They need so much care. A lot of us are moms taking care of our kids, so it feels like we spend a lot of time taking care of others, even our adult children or our aging parents. So just take this little short amount of time today to take care of you. Begin to breathe a little bit deeper than you normally do. Breathing in through the nose and out of the mouth. Relaxing the muscles around the face. Relaxing the jaw. Letting the shoulders let go of tension or whatever they feel like they're carrying. And then from here, let's just gently hug the knees into the chest. So the knees come into the chest, can rock left to right, can make some circles with the knees in one direction and then the other. We'll take the feet up towards the ceiling. You can support your legs with your hands and just point and flex the feet. Make some circles with the ankles. Wiggle the toes. And then letting the feet stay lifted, we're going to take the arms and reach them up and back. And just notice what you feel in your upper back, your shoulder blades. See what it feels like to have the rib cage expanding so you can breathe a little bit deeper. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's hug the knees into the chest. We'll take 3 breaths just like that. So inhale, arms reach up, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug them in. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees in. We're going to take both feet down to the floor. We're going to reach for the strap. So we're just going to take the strap. If you have a yoga strap, you're going to have it looped so that you can put your right foot in And let the loop go over your head and at your upper back, underneath your shoulders. So just let the right foot be supported by the strap. If you don't have a yoga strap and you're just using a belt, you can hold on to either side gently. Left leg is going to go straight. Arms can go by your sides, and we're just going to pause here for a moment. So just starting to ease into the hamstring. Let the shoulders pull down away from the ears. You can turn your head left to right, trying to massage the back of the head and relax through the neck. Allow your breath to flow deeply and with ease. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, soften the right knee just a little bit, and we'll let the right leg reach over to the right. Just beginning to open up the inner thigh, the outer hamstring, the outer hip, and just pausing here to breathe. You can just let the eyes be closed. You might need to draw your belly in and down a little bit to try to stay more grounded through the torso. So we'll take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, we'll bring the right leg back to center with a soft knee. Right leg is going to travel over to the left. Try to keep the left hip down. Your torso is grounded at the center. And then just breathe deeply here. Relax the shoulders down. Flexing the right foot, maybe tilting the toes down a little bit. Breathing consciously, so feeling the inhale and the exhale just travel through the body. Try to stay open around the chest and belly. Hips moving down to create space in the low back. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to bend the right knee, bring the right leg back to center. Let the right foot come out of the strap and let it go straight along the floor. We'll bend the left knee into the chest, and then we'll put the left foot in the strap. So just letting your right hip flexor relax, coming right into the left hamstring. So readjust. If your shoulders got a little higher, pull them down. If you need to adjust your strap, you can. You can rock the head slowly and gently left to right. Relaxing through the back of the neck. So just allowing the back of the left leg to soften. Keeping the low back grounded down into the floor. Maybe pressing the belly in and down a little bit. Eyes are closed. Take your focus inside. Try to keep the chatter in the mind quiet. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to soften the left knee. Let the left foot reach over to the left. And then you can lengthen or keep a soft bend wherever you feel better. Try to keep your center grounded, so drawing the left side of your rib cage in towards the center, belly in and down. Just letting the inside of the left leg soften. Getting a little movement in the outside of the left hip. Keeping the face relaxed and the jaw. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll bring the left foot back to center. Soft knee as it reaches over to the right. Again, try to keep your left hip down and moving away from your left shoulder so you can keep the chest and belly open. So maybe you're trying to straighten your left leg, flexing the left foot, turning the toes down. Let the body get super deep here. Relax the shoulders. In through the nose and out of the mouth. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, let's soften the left knee, bring the left foot back to center. Let the left leg go straight along the floor. Release the strap, take the arms up overhead. Reach your fingertips away from your toes. Lengthen, pull the shoulders gently down away from the ears. Nice gentle arch in the low back. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll bring right knee to the floor, right foot to the floor as you bend the knee, left foot to the floor as you bend the knee. Pause, take a deep breath in as you press your low back down and hug the knees into the chest. And then exhale, reach your hands for the shins, draw the knees in. We're gonna let the left foot come down to the floor, come into a figure four here. So the right knee is opening up to the right as you reach for the back of your left thigh. Shift the weight of your legs a little bit to the left and then draw your left knee in towards your left shoulder. Take a few really nice deep breaths here to release any tightness or tension that you feel in the right hip. And breathing extra deep. So really try to fill up when you breathe in and completely empty as you breathe out. We're going to let the shift of the legs come back to center as you lift your left foot up towards the ceiling. You can take your hands out from behind the thigh and reach your hands a little higher up for the back of the calf as you lift your head and upper back off the floor. See if this feels okay. Try to create some space between the shoulder blades. You can tuck your chin into your chest. You can gently rock left to right a little bit. Try and maintain your balance so you don't want to roll off to one side. So just a little rocking, trying to keep the belly engaged. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly let the head come down. Release the left foot down. And we'll take the right foot down to the floor. Left ankle crosses over the right leg. And as you draw the right knee into the chest, let your left knee open. Little sway over to the right. Draw the right knee in towards your right shoulder. Relax the whole area around your left hip. Let the shoulders relax down away from the ears. Opening up the rib cage as you breathe. We'll take the shape of the legs back to center. The right foot is going to reach up towards the ceiling. You can stay right here, or you can gently lift your head and upper back off the floor. Take your hands out, maybe a little higher, the calf or the ankle. Try to soften your elbows so that your shoulders can relax. Belly draws in and down. Maybe you sway a little left to right. Trying to keep the muscles around your belly engaged just a little bit. Drawing in and down, take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, let's release. We're gonna let the right foot come down to the floor. The left foot is gonna come down to the floor. Feet are about mat width apart. Arms reach away from each other. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, let the legs drop to the right. Turn your head to the left. Inhale, legs come back to center. Exhale, legs go left, head turns right. So continue that movement a few times on your own with your own breath. The inhale to center, exhale to one side. Let the weight of the legs gently open up the low back. You don't have to go too far. This doesn't have to be a big movement, but nice and slow and controlled and gentle. And then coming back to center, we'll hug the knees into the chest. And then we can roll to one side using your top arm and your top leg to press yourself up. We're going to come to sit. Have your strap handy. We don't need it yet, but just have it handy. So we're going to sit cross-legged. Hopefully you're okay with that. We just opened up the hips and thighs a little bit. But if this is not comfortable, you can sit up higher on something like a cushion, or you can bring the soles of your feet together. But if you're okay sitting cross-legged, then that's what we're going to do. Okay. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. And exhale, arms come out and down. So really relax the shoulders when you come down. Inhale, reach out and up. It's okay to let the shoulders rise up a little bit. And then when you exhale, shoulders drop way down. One more time, just like that. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, down. Okay, we're gonna hold on to the strap. So mine is together in a loop so that I can have my thumbs in the loop, but we're gonna start off narrow to start. So maybe shoulder width apart. So just holding on with your hands. We're gonna inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, let the arms come down. So it's getting a little bit into the shoulders. A little bit wider with the hands. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. A little bit wider. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. I'm going to put my thumbs in the loop, or you can just hold nice and wide. We're going to inhale, lift. Exhale, lower in the front. Okay, you can do that again, or we're going to lower in the back. So inhale, lift. You can lower, exhale in the back. If that's too much, just lower in the front. Inhale, lift, and exhale, down. Relax the shoulders. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. If you want to come in the back, but you're not sure you can, just bend the elbows. Bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then come up and to the front. We'll take one more, just like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back if that's comfortable. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Good. So we're going to inhale to lift. And then as you exhale, you're just gonna side lean to the right. So your arms are wide open, shoulders are back. Just reach over to the right. Opening up the ribs, opening up the shoulders. Okay, so now you're gonna draw your belly in to come back to center and then exhale over to the left. You don't have to go too far. It's up to you. You can see how far feels good. Arms are wide, shoulders are open and relaxed. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, let the arms come down. So we're gonna move the strap away. Sometimes when we start to work through the shoulders, the tension seems to creep up at the neck a little bit. So we're gonna inhale, reach the arms up overhead, interlace your hands behind your head. Inhale, lean the head back into your hands, and then exhale, elbows hug in, just drop the head and chin down. Keep the spine lengthened. Inhale, let the head lean back, elbows open. Exhale, let the head hang down. One more time, just like that. Inhale, lean back and open. And exhale, let the head come down. And then we'll release the hands. Let them come out next to you. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to bring it under your right. So the left hand is crossing underneath the right. Reach for the back of your shoulder blades just for a moment. Try to open up the space between the shoulder blades. Then you're going to lift your hands towards each other, like there's a magnetic pull on the backs of your hands reaching towards each other. And then maybe you bring the palms together. So don't feel like you have to. Just let those hands come towards each other, and wherever they end up, that's where they are. So if they're open, it's okay. If they're touching, fine. If palms are together, fine. You're going to drop the shoulders 1/2 inch. Push the elbows forward 1/2 inch. Lift the fingertips up 1/2 inch. Breathe deeply into your back. And then a gentle sway left to right. So the more you push your elbows forward, the more you'll release the space at your back, at your shoulder blades. The more you can let your shoulders pull down away from the ears, you'll feel that deep all around the shoulder joint. So just breathing here, take a full breath in, and then come back to center. Let's undo the arms and shake them out a little bit. Good. And then we'll take the arms out to the side. Your right arm is going to come under the left. So right goes under. Reach for your back. So you're hugging on to the backs of your shoulder blades. Let your shoulders pull down. And then lifting the fingertips away from each other, just start to bring the backs of the hands towards each other. And wherever you meet, that's it. That's perfect. Shoulders pull down. Elbows push forward. Fingertips lift a little bit. Breathe deeply into your upper back. And just a gentle left to right here. So really try to feel where you might have some tension in your shoulders and upper back. Let the shoulders pull down, let your elbows push forward. And then really breathe in deep into the upper part of the lungs in your back. Good. We'll come back to center. And then undo the arms, shake them out. You can undo the legs, shake those out a little bit. And then we're gonna make our way onto hands and knees. And we're gonna come into a child's pose. So making your way onto hands and knees. The knees can be parallel or a little bit wider. Big toes touch, hips are gonna sink down onto your heels. Your arms are gonna reach forward, but you're gonna drop the elbows and forearms and palms. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, try to lower your forehead down. If your forehead doesn't comfortably touch the floor, then you can either stack your fists, or you can use a block or a stack of books, something to support your head. Just let the forehead be down. See what you feel in your upper back, your low back, and your shoulders. With the forehead staying down, see if you can start to lift your elbows and forearms off the floor, maybe sliding your palms forward. So the palms are still down, but the arms are lifted. Forehead is still down. Breathing deeply, especially into the back. And then to go a little deeper, maybe you lift your palms with your pads of your fingers pushing down like tents. Forehead stays down. Peel the shoulders away from the ears. Let them creep back. Shoulder blades sliding down the back. And breathing deep. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to slowly make your way up to hands and knees. So even out your knees so that they're right underneath your hips. Hands are coming onto the floor underneath your shoulders. We're going to take the right hand. As you inhale, lift your right hand out to the right and up. And then exhale, send your right hand underneath the left arm and then just reach across as you bend your left elbow. Inhale, reach that right hand up and back. Exhale, send the right hand through, hover. One more time, just like that. Inhale, reach your right hand up. Exhale, we're going to let the left hand reach through and come down onto your right shoulder and the right side of your head. If this feels like way too much, having your hips lifted, you can slide your hips down to a child's pose. It'll make it a lot easier and you can relax your top arm. If you're up with your hips over your knees, try to reach your back of the right hand onto the floor. You're going to tent your left fingertips and then push your left shoulder blade towards your right shoulder blade. I woke up super tight here for some reason this morning. So it's almost taking my breath away to be in this pose. So just try extra hard to breathe through the poses that feel really tight. Take a full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let the left hand come down so that you can push yourself back up. Right hand just reaches up one more time. And then let's bring that right hand down. Good. Left hand, 3 breaths. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, send it through. Hover as you reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, send it through as if you're handing someone next to you a platter. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, send it through. See if you can come down on your left shoulder and the left side of your head. If you can't,
Then let your hips sink down into a child's pose and just have your arm crossed underneath you to be a lot easier. Take your right fingertips, tent them, and push your right shoulder blade towards your left shoulder blade. And then just pause here and breathe. Let the shoulders be away from the ears. Breathe into the upper part of your lungs in your back. So feel that expand and open. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. We're going to let the right hand come down, slowly and gently come up and untwist. Take your left arm up, and then we'll take the left hand back down. The knees are going to come parallel. We'll take 3 breaths here, moving the spine with your breath. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Inhale, open, and exhale, round. So coming back to neutral spine, I don't usually teach downward dog in a gentle class, but I'm going to give you the option since we're working a lot on shoulders today. We're going to curl the toes under. If you want to come into downward dog, you're going to lift your knees, but keep them bent as you push your hands into the floor and your hips reach way back and your knees are bent. You can stay here, or you can start to straighten one leg and then the other, trying to maybe pedal your feet to the floor. And then maybe you come into downward dog. If you don't enjoy downward dog, keep your hips right over the knees and then just walk your hands forward and let your head drop down so your ears are in line with your upper arms and your chest feels like it's moving towards the floor. So that's puppy pose. So you're either in puppy or downward dog. Downward dog, knees can be bent. They don't need to be straight. We're just taking 3 more breaths here. So inhaling and exhaling. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more time. Full breath in. And a full breath out. Let's come back down onto hands and knees if you're not already there. We're going to step the right foot forward up between your hands. Fingertips are on the floor, framing your front foot. You can have your hands on blocks if that makes it a little bit easier. The right knee is staying right over the right ankle. You might need to scoot your left knee back so that you can open up through your hip flexor. As you breathe in, you're going to drop your hips. You're going to lift the chest forward, pull the shoulders back, and lengthen your neck. That's your inhale. As you exhale, hips are going to go back. Head is going to drop down, tuck the chin, and just pull the hips back. You can keep your right toes down. You can lift your right toes up. Knee can be bent, leg can be straight. Totally up to you. You're just moving the hips back, letting the fingertips push down and your shoulders pull back as you tuck your chin into the neck. Good. Inhale. Hips come forward. Down. Open the chest. Peel the shoulders back. Lengthen through the neck. Exhale. Pull back. Keep the fingertips where they are. Hips move back. Shoulders away from the ears. Pull them back. Tuck the chin. One more just like that. One more round. Inhale. Drop. Lift. Open. And exhale. Pull back. Round. Now from here, you're just going to pull your right foot back so it lands right underneath your right knee. Your hands stay about a foot in front of your right foot. Curl your left toes under and push off so you're standing on your right foot. Flex your left foot. Right knee can have a bend. Doesn't need to be straight. Pull the belly in and up, shoulders away from the ears. Maybe you hold on to your ankle with one hand. Maybe you hold on to your ankle with your other hand. Don't feel like you have to. You're just playing around a little bit with your balance, building a lot of strength in not only the muscles but in the bones in your right leg. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let the hands come down. Step your left foot way back behind you. Walk your hands back to frame your front foot. Left hand on the floor, right hand reaches up. So you can stay here in a low lunge, or you can turn to the pinky side of your left foot and stack your right foot on top of the left foot. Up to you. So you're either in a side plank or you're in a low lunge. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, come on down, find child's pose. Whatever pose you're in, make your way to a child's pose, but this time have the knees narrow, hips sink down, and let the backs of your hands rest by your feet, forehead down. Shoulders, this is the one time I'm going to say let your shoulders come near your ears. So the shoulders can just hunch forward. Breathe deeply into your lungs. Feel your lungs expand in the back and into the thighs. Deep breath in, and then as you exhale, come back up onto hands and knees. We're going to take the left foot, step it forward up between your hands. You can tent your fingertips. The left knee stays over the left ankle, but you want to scoot your right knee back so that your hips can sink down and forward, but the left knee doesn't pass your left ankle. So that's moving the right knee back. Pause here as the hips feel heavy and sink down, opening up the right hip flexor and the left hip joint. Start to lift your chin to look forward, pull the shoulders back as you open the chest. And then as you exhale, just move the hips back. They don't have to go too far. Drop the head. Breathe into the upper back. As you exhale, inhale. Hips drop down. Lift through the chin, open through the chest, and then exhale, pull back. One more time. Inhale, drop the hips, shoulders back, chest forward, and exhale, pull back. From here, you're just going to slide your left foot back, so it's about a foot away from your hands. Curling your right toes under, push off, and lift onto your left leg. So you're standing on the left leg, right foot is flexed, left knee is soft, and then you're either going to hold on to your ankle with one hand and then you can switch to the other hand. Maybe you're working on balance here and you're trying to hold both hands onto your ankle. It's not easy, so just breathe. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, hands come out in front, right foot reaches way back. You walk your hands back so they're level with your left foot. You can stay right here in a lunge, or right hand comes down, roll to the pinky side of your right foot, slide your left foot to stack on top of the right, and you're in a side plank. You don't need to be in side plank. If you don't want to, you can be in that lunge pose. You can be in that lunge pose with your knee down. So you're breathing deeply. You are either here in plank, or you're in this low lunge pose, or the right knee is down. Whichever pose you're in, you're breathing. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, left knee next to the right knee, hips sink back, child's pose with the backs of the hands on the floor, head down, shoulders round. Open up the space between your shoulder blades in your back. If you're feeling like you need a little bit more depth in your shoulders, you can take your hands behind your back and interlace them. You can press the knuckles back, maybe lift them up a little bit as you pull the shoulders away from the ears. Or your hands are just relaxed by your sides, breathing deeply. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we'll take the hands out in front, come up onto hands and knees. And knees are going to go about hip width apart, and you're going to drop down onto your forearms, and your palms can come together if you'd like. So notice in this pose the different ways you can move your body just through the shoulders. So you can sink down, you can lift up, you can have your shoulders at your ears, you can be more forward. Try to figure out how to get the most space. So you want the most space between your shoulders and your ears. You want the most space between your shoulders left to right and between your shoulder blades. So create a lot of space there. And then don't move your shoulders. Take your right foot back and then your left foot back. If this hurts your back, you can either lift your hips or knees come down, tops of the feet come down. Push the tops of the feet down so you're trying to lift your knees a little bit. Either way, lots of space in the shoulders. Belly is in and up. Relax the muscles in the face. Relax your neck. Maybe you turn your head left to right. Maybe you tuck your chin and extend forward and back. Create that space between your shoulders. Belly is drawn in and up. Nice and strong here. Able to breathe with ease. Nice straight legs if you can. Thighs are lifted, strong. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, drop the knees. Come onto your hands, walk your hands back to your knees. Send your legs around to one side. Roll onto your hips and make your way down. Onto your back. When you come onto your back, hug the knees into the chest. Let both feet come down to the floor. Let your arms reach up overhead. Breathe into the belly, into the chest. And then from here, you'll let your arms go out to the sides. We're going to come into a spinal twist. I'll show you the deepest expression first, and then I'll show you how to modify. So we're going to take the left leg over the right. Hips are going to scoot over to the left, and your legs are going to drop over to the right. Keep both shoulders down. Open up through the side body, your low back. If this is too much, modify. Just have the knees stacked. You don't have to have the legs crossed. If this is still too much, let your left foot come onto the floor and then just let your right knee open. So either way, whatever pose you're in, chest is open, shoulders are relaxed. You can turn your head over your left shoulder and you're breathing deeply. So breathing in through the nose and out of the mouth. We'll take one more full breath in here on this side. And a full breath out. We'll bring the legs back to center, uncross them, even the hips back out. And then whichever version of the twist you came into on the other side, we're going to do the same for this side. So deepest expression, right thigh crosses over the left, hips scoot over to the right, legs drop over to the left. Modify in any way you need to. Try to keep the shoulders open and relaxed. You can turn your head over your right shoulder. Release the low back. Let go of, any last bit of tightness and tension that you may feel anywhere in the body. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll bring the legs back to center, uncross them, hug the knees into the chest, knees go wide. You can stay right here with just wide knees, or you can lift the feet, hold on underneath the knees, feel your low back press down, or you can reach for your ankles, or you can reach for the outsides of your feet. Let the resistance between your hands and your feet pull the shoulders down. Let there feel like there's something underneath your low back that you're trying to smush down like a blueberry. Tilt your pelvis forward.
Maybe the legs go a little wider, maybe the feet, the toes go a little bit more behind you. You can rock, or you can stay center. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly release. And we'll prepare for Shavasana. So, using any props you might need underneath the head, underneath the legs, feel free. So be in a nice, comfortable, supported position. Let your palms be facing up. That helps quiet the mind a little bit. Let your head and neck be supported. And close the eyes. And just take a moment to check in. Notice your thoughts right now. Don't try to change them, but just notice them. What are you thinking about? And then you'll notice whatever thought you're having right now, try to narrow down into one. So whatever one thought you're having right now, think about how that thought makes you feel. So I'm not assuming it's a negative or a positive thought. Whatever it is to you, our thoughts create our feelings. So whatever thought you're thinking right now, notice how that thought makes you feel. Notice where in the body you feel what you feel. And then we're just going to take 5 deep breaths. So inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out of the mouth. See how those feelings maybe change. If the intensity changes or where you're feeling your feelings, if that changes, just notice as you breathe 2 more times deeply. And then before we begin to transition out of Shavasana, I'd like you to think a different thought now. Related to the thought that you had before. So if the thought you had before was negative, change it to the same circumstance but a different thought. If the thought you had was positive, still change it. Just a different thought. Still positive, but the same circumstance. And then just notice your feelings and breathe. So just remembering that our thoughts control our feelings, and they create our feelings, and our feelings initiate our actions. So if things are going on around you that are creating negative thoughts, see if you can just change the thought. Even though we can't necessarily change the situation or the circumstance, we can change the thought. Hopefully creating feelings that are less stressful, less intense, and then just use your breath and your breathing practice to process those feelings. So since relaxing at home. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. If you're ready to transition out of Shavasana, you can just begin to move your hands and feet. And then slowly and gently moving the body to come up to a seated position. And then once seated, let the eyes be closed. Notice how you're feeling physically, how you're feeling emotionally. Just let all those feelings settle. Let's bring the palms together in front of your heart center to honor your practice and honor each other. Namaste. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you have a good rest of the weekend.
Namaste.